Pulling tricks, looking slick at all times when I'm flipping. Sipping, car dipping, redwood grain gripping. Down at Maxis with a big handy. Pieced up, creased up, stand dressed to impress. Big boss belt buckle under my Michelin S. Oh, Gucci shades up on my braids when I escalade. When I'm riding spree wheel sliding like a escapade. I got it made, the big boss of the north. Ain't change, I still represent what's your house.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Milwaukee, where the Bucks will be going up against the Orlando Magic. We've seen a lot of quality basketball from this Orlando team lately. They've gotten the job done in every way possible this season. They're sitting pretty with the best record in the league, East or West. Hold on to your seats, folks. Should be two athletic clubs facing off. Kenny, how do you expect this one to go down?
Ooh, lots of highlight reels, lots of highlight reels, lots of highlight reels, and great showmanship.
Should be exciting for the players and the fans. The team that takes care of the basketball will have the edge.
Okay, time for tip-off. We send it over to...
What are you riding, a horse, Ernie?
Woo!
George Washington was born. 2K Sports brings you the best in NBA coverage. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Frank Berry, and David Aldridge. Special treat for our viewers this evening. The sports guy Bill Simmons is with us.
It's half of a special treat as Frank Berry is, but I'm going to do my best.
Frank Berry's pretty good.
He's really good at stuff.
Yeah, he reads you a lot.
Half a treat is better than the whole treat, right? I mean,
honored to be here.
We are here in Milwaukee. Home court advantage for the Bucks. You look at the Magic. These guys are out, no doubt about it, continuing to put up win after win.
You know what? They're almost perfect in their approach right now. I mean, mentally, physically, strategically, everything seems to have fallen into place. They're bound to hit a bump at some point in the road, but right now, everything is all systems go.
to keep winning, I think it's important that they avoid looking too far ahead. Just take the cliched one game at a time.
Now the starting group for Orlando. We've got Aaron Gordon out there with Isaac, and it's Michael Carter-Williams, and it's Money in at the point guard. The Bucks building their roster around length and athleticism, Bill. That was a key reason they drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, but I mean, I did that draft. He went 15, and basically it looked like he was playing in the YMCA against ninth graders. We had no idea.
Greek league.
Yeah, after the lottery and throwing stuff against all, it was right around the right time to take him. I don't think they had any idea what they took. And also, he grew 3 inches after they took him.
It's amazing.
It is one of the most unbelievable draft picks in the history of the league. It really is. They drafted not just the best player in that draft at pick 15, but they drafted one of the franchise players of this decade with this flyer pick on the 6'9" dude from Greece, and was a success story even if he became an all-star. And it's gone way beyond that.
A guy who converts well at the rim, you like to see the aggression there.
Yeah, it's the first quarter, and he's already in attack mode, setting the tone right here.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 35 points for him last game against Cleveland. And that one is good.
Well, playmaking and scoring, that's what Giannis is up to here tonight.
Orlando, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Money, there's the feed to Olynyk. Pass to Money. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Unloads from 13. He can't get it to go. Bledsoe's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Passes it to Lane. No shot that time. Not on target. The Bucks go the other way with it. It's tipped. Now here's Bledsoe. Tight defense on him. There's the pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Bledsoe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his second bucket.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
You know, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offer scholarships in esports. I did not know this, and that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, it makes sense too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on.
These kids love it. They
They
cannot get enough of these games.
No, we should have, every college should have esports.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
And Howard knows exactly what he's out there to do: defend, rebound the ball, and be aggressive in the paint.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's covered by Isaac. Yep, it counts.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
This is also one of those things where you start to think about how you're going to change your defense already, if at all possible. Make someone else beat you.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
Yeah, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Here's Trent, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The long distance 3 is buried.
You've got just enough separation to let that one fly. So comfortable from long range.
Bledsoe kicks to Howard. Back to Bledsoe. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Olynyk.
Bledsoe difficult to handle when he's going up to shoot. He finds his way to get the defense to foul him. Such a good, strong point guard.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Magic trail by 5. Here's money. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Tipped away. Takes it to Olynyk. There's the 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Outside, Antetokounmpo to the inside. Here's Howard. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Orlando Magic coming to this one after the win against the Hawks in Atlanta. Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot out. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get out? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up pissy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number 1
He'd be
choice.
pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And you know what? They played well, but just not well enough. And close games really test where your team is at.
Well, you can learn a lot about yourselves, and coaches can learn about the confidence in their players. So back to the drawing board, get in the gym, and look forward to the next opportunity.
And here comes the break. And pass to Gordon. And emphatic LU jam.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover had it. has a chance to relive that exciting play.
Try to prevent Bledsoe from charging inside. Easier said than done. Once he sees the lane, pretty much over for the defense.
It's deflected. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Money. Great D that time from Howard.
And you can see the defender's afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
A terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. Now, we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Money.
And the way that he has been able to kind of create something out of nothing for his teammates has been remarkable. Fantastic and timely passing combined with his vision is something that all players should aspire to have. In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Pass to Gordon. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
A brief check now of the stats for Bledsoe. His last 10 games, he's averaging 15 points a game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
6 to shoot. Gordon for 3, and again it's Orlando with a 3. Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah. I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their kind of their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree, but for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to.
Well, you challenge people, that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And
That's
you
all
gotta be ready.
That's all Larry King used to do.
Yeah. So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk, and we did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
Here's Trent. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. I want to get back to what we were chatting about, Bill, with how today's NBA players are so media ready, whether it be interviews or social media. Your take is really interesting.
I think in general, the guys now are so used to talking to people and being in front of people. And, they're not surprised by questions, and they know how to handle themselves. They know how to not get in trouble and be comfortable.
Maybe kind of grown up with you, though, too. You've been relevant for many years.
Well,
they've grown up with your stuff.
To be honest, a lot of them just know me as the white guy on NBA Countdown. They might not have read me, but they remember like that year I was with Jalen Rose. But what's weird is
I think you'd be surprised more.
Well, you know this too. When you're on TV, the credibility you get from being on TV, I wasn't prepared for within the NBA.
Oh, really?
I think that's true. Yeah. I think it's like, oh, he's on TV, he's okay. And maybe they don't agree with you all the time, but you pass some imaginary checkpoint with those guys.
Well, you may think that TV was your validation. This is going to be your validation.
100%.
This is it. I'm standing here right now.
This is better than winning a Pulitzer Prize.
Pass to Money. Magic moving the ball around. Over in the corner, Isaac. It's thrown by Jakumbo. A pull-up. They get it again. Here's Chandler. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Now, here's Olenek. Last game out, he had 14. It's rebounded by Ilyasova.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How do you feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well because I spent a long time writing it and it was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, you know, it turns out
they embraced the
I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they want to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Will Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
And the first one at the line is good. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Milwaukee's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Outside, out of the Kumbo. Mills in the corner. And the Bucks miss again.
But whether the shots are wide open or contested, he is just having no luck right now, guys, with anything.
Here's Money, covered by Mills.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To stop the drought, and Antetokounmpo hangs it in. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
And the basket by Olenek.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
DiVincenzo. Olenek is covering. He gets it in there. He has 5.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Money. Here's the dish to Olenek. Bounce pass Gordon. Isaac passes the Money. Down low, and Olenek kicks to Isaac. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And so it's the Orlando Magic holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
This All-Star Saturday night. Don't miss the battle of the long ball as the NBA's top sharpshooters take to the court for the three-point contest.
Well, there are a lot of winners to go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
In the real way, you gotta say with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. But whatever you gotta just say, you know, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Guys, we've seen the Magic really take control here.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense. And this has them out to a big lead after one.
Wilson out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Ilyasova. Then it's Mills. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics. There was only one ticket, and I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them. And they won the title.
How old were you in 72?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Collins on the team?
Collins, Havlicek,
Yep.
JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever. The kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something. But triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half and the first overtime.
Oh no!
But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Yeah, and Isaac really continues to intrigue you. A 6'10" forward who's just got great agility and can be a nightmare in transition.
Passes it to Mills. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7 though.
Sometimes you like to see guys go with the bounce pass, threading it through there perfectly.
Here's Money, and he hits the jumper for 2. Money's got 17 now.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Ilyasova finds Antetokounmpo. No good on the 3. The Magic shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. And the dunk by Olynyk.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Shot clock at 5. The pass to Wilson. No good on the 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. Wow. He just drifts in off the baseline and throws down the amazing reverse windmill.
I think Greggy was saving that one for us. Wow. Now, here's Mills. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Antetokounmpo. Wilson the pass to Ilyasova. Tipped away. DiVincenzo. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Carter Williams with it. 24-point outing in the last game against Atlanta.
A lot of those plays came off tremendous hustle. He was committed to ripping down as many rebounds as he possibly could in this one.
Back to Mills. DiVincenzo, defended by Gordon. Tries again. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities. And the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Milwaukee's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
Yeah, it was very poor, their performance on the glass. And it wasn't the only reason they got blown out as badly as they did, but it was the biggest reason.
Howard's checked in for Milwaukee. Eric Bledsoe comes in for Patty Mills. Elbow shot is on the way, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Howard kicks to Bledsoe. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
And here is Antetokounmpo. 8 points for him. Looking to end the run. And again, the Bucks miss.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often. But the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Hey guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
I admire the approach here, especially in such a hostile environment. Offense and defense, they really played a whale of a game.
And Howard with the stop.
I swear Dwight Howard plays with a watch on. His timing is tremendous on those alley-oops.
Money passes to Carter Williams. And good that time. Carter Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Bill, you watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved, and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade in those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision of LeBron James, and it's carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. Another shot. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Milwaukee has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter, less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Now here's Bledsoe. He's coming off a 28-point game against Cleveland.
A lot of those plays came off tremendous hustle. He was committed to ripping down as many rebounds as he possibly could in this one.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even at a power finish. Going back to our topic from a moment ago, Bill, you mentioned the interaction between players and social media and how that's become a new facet, a skill we're seeing daily from players.
There's just way more accountability now. And I'm really impressed by how polished the guys are that come in the league now. And I think the LeBron generation, LeBron, Wade, some of Chris Bosh, those guys from the last generation that came up and became vets and really knew how to call players, knew how to handle their business. Now these new guys come in, they're 19, 20 years old, and they act like they're 30. I'm sure you see it at the games.
Shocking.
Whereas in the 90s, it was a free-for-all. You had these guys who, if you gave them a live blank, you were terrified. And now these guys are 19 years old, giving like long interviews to reporters. It's like, how are you doing this?
Tatum in particular is very
Tatum's
impressive.
already good at being a bad interview. Like, he doesn't say anything. He knows how to dodge any question. It's like, you're 19.
Unbelievable.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Here's Antetokounmpo. The Magic getting the bucket. Pass to Trent from past the arc. No good on the shot. And it's the Magic taking it the other way.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Inside, here's Money, and he slams it one-handed.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
The Bucks shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Bledsoe outside. And that's a foul called on Money. That's his first foul. And the Bucks making a change here. Chandler's checked in. Here's Manu, defended by Gordon. 5 on the clock. Here's Trent. And all around the ring that time before dropping in. Trent's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, I have no idea how he made that, but hey, sometimes a little bit of luck helps.
Money passes to Gordon. Here's Money.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Bledsoe. 12 points for him. Knocks it loose. Here's Howard. And he converts the lift. Howard's got his second basket of the night.
I like how hard he's working on the glass. A strong big man who is excellent at coming up with second chance opportunities.
Isaac, no stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one on Chandler. For Orlando, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
One shot.
That's good from Isaac.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. To the middle. Here's Howard.
This is where Dwight Howard shows his mobility off the pick and roll and getting there with a purpose.
Money passes to Carter Williams. And another assist for him. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Both loose. Bledsoe looking around.
With awareness from EB there, he knows that's his job. Get the ball to the open guys as the point guard.
So it's Orlando now. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was almost robotic, Greg, in this one. They filtered out all the noise and came in razor-sharp precision on the offensive end.
Here's Money to the paint. Gordon finds a limit. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for Orlando.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team. Just as you might expect, the bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Howard. And it's Mills in for Eric Bledsoe.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
A terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Always full of terrific insights. Bill Simmons, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. My insights, thank you as well.
And Brent, always cool, isn't it, to hear what Bill's thinking? He comes at things from a variety of angles.
Yeah, the pop culture stuff and the bits from personal life and his interaction around the game. He certainly has a passion for basketball, and it's great that Bill's adding some color to the audience's experience.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Got that one up quick. 34 points for money.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Now, here's Mills. He's tightly guarded. Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Kicks to Wilson. And they get it. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. The tenacity, the attention to detail. It's why these guys are in complete control.
And it seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
Here's Money. Down low. Deflects the pass. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
The anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Oh, he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And Money to end the quarter there with the triple.
It felt like he felt like time was winding down, saw the opening, nailed the shot.
And so it's the Orlando Magic enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks, we're overshifting, and then we're not committed to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello! You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Bernie Johnson here at this beautiful table. This is a beautiful table.
This is oak?
That is. It's, I think it's teak.
Oh, teak.
There's Shaq. There's Kenny.
Polished oak.
Teak. Very nice. It's very
So,
nice.
you mean antique?
No, just teak.
I have an antique.
Out in front at the half is Orlando. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotation. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Welcome back to the Great Lakes. We're back on the shores of Lake Michigan, here in Milwaukee, and the buildings in the background at Sunset in Wisconsin. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Money.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters, and some change. he's got a double-double.
Well, it's an impressive performance thus far, but it goes beyond just his ability right now. He's just simply outworking the opponent.
There's so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career. In the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry still at the point guard position does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Magic, Carter Williams is out there with money. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Olynyk in at the pivot spot and in the middle.
Now here's the problem with the defense. Eric Bledsoe's the point guard. He's going to keep getting the ball. What a night.
Antetokounmpo passes to Bledsoe. And it's good, 2 points. Bledsoe's got 6 here in this quarter.
Now they're playing with a huge bit of confidence and some fire here. They've recorded 3 in a row here, guys.
And the basket by Gordon.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Now here's Howard. Back to Antetokounmpo. Here's Trent. Carter Williams covering. 4 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. The Magic have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Carter Williams with the bounce pass. Money passes to Gordon. That's tipped, but they get it back. Doubled by Howard to the paint. Another shot, and Gordon lays it in. Gordon's got 29.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And he could not get them one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Milwaukee shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. And he can't hit the second.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Stolen by Bledsoe. Ball's knocked loose and out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for money. 1st in scoring, 1st in assists, and he's 1st in the league in steals per game. Just an incredibly aggressive and tenacious defender.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Howard against Olynyk. Just 5 to shoot. Now, here's Isaac. He's tightly guarded. It's good.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Thursday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Friday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Miami Heat.
And looking at this stretch for them, I think they should have no problem dispatching most of their opponents if they can avoid that pitfall of playing down to the level of the competition. Well, that's easier said than done.
Here's Trent. He's got 8. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there's a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Trent. Hunter Williams covering. Manu. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Magic have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Another possession, another assist.
25 assists. What an unselfish performance.
He has been a sensational playmaker. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hat. And yes, it's good. Bledsoe's got 20.
Eric Bledsoe focused that time solely on the rim, even with the D around him.
Money passes to Isaac. Now here's Carter Williams. Not a lot of room. Sinks the triple. Carter Williams has got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, he's a heady player. He knows how to get himself going and giving his team a real advantage right now on the offensive end.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupation.
The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Howard kicks to Bledsoe. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Money. 43 points in the game. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation, using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Milwaukee with the ball. After the Magic pick up 2. Bledsoe finds Howard. Here's Trent. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Here's Howard. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Chance now to check out the NBA's most efficient scorers. You look at Isaac, a great player, second in the league. And, of course, Aaron Gordon, just trailing him.
You can't say enough about these two guys shooting this season. Both their percentages, just incredible stuff.
And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
Eric Bledsoe is accustomed to playing alongside some other great playmakers in Kentucky. He was with John Wall with the Clippers. He was with Chris Paul. In Phoenix, they had 3-guard lineups. So that ought to help out as they continue to get great chemistry. Giannis and Eric Bledsoe could be a devastating duo.
And the first one comes. Well, Eric Bledsoe, as you mentioned, Brent, accustomed to playing on or off the ball.
Well, that helps a little bit with some of the new offensive schemes that Mike Budenholzer is putting into place. He's got that huge wingspan, which he can always bogart a guy defensively. He's a nice fit on the Bucks roster, and he's a good build around that length.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
Well, the leadership that Bledsoe keeps stepping further and further into, this is a guy you can count on to take and make big shots. The defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Here's Bledsoe. Magic knocking down the tray. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Mills, he's checked in for the Bucks. DiVincenzo. Carter Williams covering. Carter Williams against Chandler. Clock at 4. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Gordon with the defensive effort. On pass to Gordon. And again, another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches. And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them. And just look at that score.
Yeah, I'm a little bit exhausted here trying to keep up with these guys, and I'm just watching. And they always attempt to wear you out.
Here's Money. That one wide left. And it's Mills with the ball for Milwaukee. DiVincenzo. Carter Williams covering. And in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation.
And becoming impatient, that's not how you're going to catch up.
Yeah, that's a painful mistake there. All you can do is just shake that one off and try your best to move on to the next play.
Pass to Money. And that one hits back iron.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
So the wing on the left. And here's Mills for 3. Rebound by the Magic. Oh, Lennox got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Money. Here's Gordon. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
They get a hand on it. Here's Money. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Now, here's Mills. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Ilyasova passes to Mills, and there it is for him. Mills has got 6.
Well, he lacks some size and some strength, but Mills creative in the inside to finish that one.
Here's Money. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel, and again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often.
Passes it to Mills. No good with the triple.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Takes it off the glass. Mills has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice job by Patty getting to the inside there. He has such good quick feet. Tough to keep up with him.
Here's Money out to the right wing. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. And we're going to look here where the shots have been coming from for him.
When it rains, it pours. These threes aren't easy. I mean, he's draining them from all over. Quite often, there's a hand in his face or a defender closing out right at him, but every time he's looked as cool as ever and found the bottom of the net.
The Bucks working the ball around. Releases. Orlando getting another chance here. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots the three. It's good from long range. Money's got 54 points.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Now here's Mills. He's got 8, and so Milwaukee again turning it over.
And a moment now to see the numbers for Jonathan Isaac. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 2nd in field goal percentage, 4th in steals, and ranking among the top 5 league-wide in three-point percentage. You have to consider him among the elite shooters in the NBA.
And you mentioned it, he's the 2nd best shooter in the league right now. Quick trigger with just a little bit better footwork. He could take over that top spot.
Often you find him out on the wing, but Olynyk seizing the opportunity to go inside and dig out that extra possession.
And that one falls for Olynyk. And the Bucks, they're shooting not great, 40% for the game. Plays it up and banks it in. 7 points in the game.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
To the middle. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
And he is pouring it on here offensively. Olynyk looks to be warmed up.
And Mills kicks to Ilyasova. Wilson with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Chandler, no good. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Magic. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him.
And you can knock Isaac around, but it doesn't matter. Outstanding in terms of his focus and tenaciousness to attack the defense.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Gordon finds Olynyk. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 39% for the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. And here's Mills for 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Mills has got 11.
For all the strides he's made in other parts of his game, Mills remains at his heart a dead-eye 3-point shooter.
Beyond the arc. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
And so it's the Orlando Magic holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Oliver is out there with Wilson. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And Stevens in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
Impressed with his decision making in these sets. Isaac knows where to roll to after setting that screen.
Burks for three. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Money. And it's Oliver with the rebound.
Boy, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Burks looking around. Tries a three. It's hauled in by the Magic. Gordon's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Money. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Money's got 59 points. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. The pass to Oliver. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by the Magic. Olynyk's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Another one goes. Incredible.
Make that 61 point.
Yet everything is going his way right now. Poked away. Here's Money. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Bucks have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Count it.
A good job by Wilson right there to recognize his teammate was open and just simply gave it up.
Here's Money, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets.
And for the matchup with the Heat, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
Hold up.
No good at the strike this time. The second misses also. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14, having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
Here's Money, and he's good in the 3-ball. Money's got 9 points in the quarter. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
This would